Hello, everybody, and welcome into This Week in Central Alabama. Brett Pritchard and Randy Lee here with you, talking a lot about what goes on in the communities here in Central Alabama. And we'll start with community because it's so important that we bring to you everything that goes on, and it's the Christmas season. A lot of parades going on in our area.
Yeah, we had our first here in Alexander City last night, and I think it was Grinch theme. My son is kind of a numbers guy, so he counts things, and it runs on my wife's side of the family. Definitely doesn't run on mine, and he's the worst math student I know outside of me. No. So, but there were 11 Grinches, if you were wondering, in the Alexander City parade last night. There was 11 different Grinches, and my son counted all of them. I could have gone and watched that parade a couple hundred times and never known how many Grinches were in there, but my kid counted every one of them. Would you count them?
No, could care less. I mean, seriously, how many are in there? Just knowing that the theme is whatever the theme is, and the floats were awesome. A lot of time and effort, even though it would be in a COVID-19 situation, and people having to adhere to that. You know, the crowds were still nice, and saw everybody with their mask on, and glad that people were able to continue to come out and enjoy a good tradition. Also in Sylacauga and a lot of different places we've had parades, and there's still some more to come. And there's been a few that have been canceled, but check around to see when the parades might be in your area, because it's fun to get out. It was cold. Everybody was like, it's cold last night. I'm like, well, it's Christmas time. It's supposed to be. You don't want a Christmas parade and it be 80 degrees.
Well, there's a few things that you and I can count on, and that's the week of the Super 7. For the most part,
yep.
Especially if it's in Tuscaloosa, it's going to be freezing cold, and you don't want to be out there in the elements, and it's probably going to be raining. Not Chamber of Commerce type of day. And if it's Christmas parade time, it's going to always get cold that night, and I'm going to want to stay indoors. And I do. We go up to my mother-in-law's place, and we camp out there. Not camp out, but we park there.
I was going to say, you ain't camping out.
No, and then I walk inside, and I stay in the warmth. And the kids can go out there and count the 11 Grinches all that they want. I don't want to be Scrooge McDuck, but that's the truth. Scrooge McDuck.
Well, we'll move on. Wetumpka just had their annual Christmas tree lighting. So, again, a lot of things going on. Make sure you check your schedules in your areas to make sure you don't miss out on anything. I know that the Mercedes Marathon was postponed because of COVID-19. So, you are going to have some casualties in all of this COVID-19 pandemic, and each community is making decisions based on what they feel like is the best for.
It didn't break my heart. Did it break yours?
What, that the marathon was postponed?
Were you training?
Were you planning to be in it? No.
Your training was derailed from your.
Yeah, it was totally derailed because of COVID-19. We're going to take a break here on This Week in Central Alabama. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some business going on in the area. Stay tuned. More of This Week in Central Alabama right after this.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free. So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
My mother was going to nursing school to be a nurse anesthetist, so I was staying with my grandparents a lot. And they were kind of like, I don't know if you wouldn't say hippies, but they let me do whatever. So I started drawing on all the walls. So as I'd get taller, the drawings were getting a little bit better, but I drew on every wall in their house. It looked like exactly what you think it looked like. It was all doodles, and it started, and I remember thinking, I was probably 6, and I drew a whale, and it was big, and I thought, well, that looks pretty good, and I remember thinking I was getting better, but like all kids draw when they're little, I just kind of kept on going with it. I just loved it that much, so I never did stop. Most people did coloring in first grade, but 4th, 5th grade, they don't care nothing about it anymore, but I did, so I just kept on going with it. Yeah, I don't remember if they gave me the crayons or what they gave me, but there was markers, crayons, and whatever, and I was always trying to create something. And then by the time I was in 1st or 2nd grade, I was already known as, the teacher, let's get somebody to draw us a sun. Charles, you draw us a sun. Charles, you do this. So I was already, it was kind of a gift, I know you can learn to do things, and sometimes you get given, and if you get given and you'll work at it, you can, develop the talent. And I felt like it was coming on at the, I was known as an artist by 2nd grade, as an artist, I tell you, it was a chase for perfection, a chase for, trying to get somewhere. The reaction, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good when somebody says, hey, that's nice right there. But to me, I was always looking at it. Even now, if I look at anything I painted, all I can really see is what would I have done different? Could I have done that a little better? I could do that better. And so even then, it was always a chase for, this ain't really as good as I could be. I could be better than this. I want to be better than this. And so it was always that, and it's still there now. I hand the painting off, and I'm still like, I could have done a little bit better there. I have enough confidence to know it looks pretty good, but it's still always there a little bit. I was always fascinated with the human figure, portraits and all, because it seemed like the most challenging thing to draw, because if I drew you and I miss by a little bit, it don't look like you. And so that challenge was always great for me, and so I was like, I can do that, I can figure this out, I can know how to do this. So I remember winning an art contest in junior high maybe, and I had done monsters, but it was, like human figure monsters for a Halloween poster contest. And that was one of the first things I remember, because it showed the picture in the paper, and, I was looking at mine and go, hey, that did pretty good. It looked, kind of adulty, I guess, in the drawing sense. It was already looking decent by then, yeah. Most of the time, I'm going to finish it, but there are times, two different things happen to me. Either it's not for somebody, it's for me, and I'll draw part of it, and I realize, oh yes, this is going to be right, and it's going to work out. Then I'll quit, because I know I already got it, and it's not for somebody, so I use finishing it. And the other times is like my wife. I've attempted to draw and paint her about 3 or 4 times, and every time, about halfway through, she's telling me what's wrong with it. There's one hanging on the wall over here and it ain't finished. Because I was outside and it was dark and I could look into the house and I seen her over there looking at it. She was this close to it. And I come in and she goes, my lips ain't right. I said, that looks exactly like your lips. She goes, no, it doesn't. I said, I'm not finishing that. You're the hardest client I've ever had. So she's had like 3 or 4 paintings that never got finished. No, it's just tough to negotiate with friends on price is the only real part. Is, you know, if I've been knowing somebody 20 years, it feels weird to say, hey, this painting's whatever it is. And that part. The only other part is, even if they're not friends, I draw a lot. I'm blessed to draw people's loved ones. Like if you had somebody you really care about and you hire Charles to paint them, you know, and it's somebody that might be passed or it might be your child. And when I hand those paintings off, I try not to hand them off. I'm getting a little emotional now, but when I hand them off to somebody, most people start crying. And I've been there, and I handed one off to a lady that had a son that passed in the 80s when he's 20 or less. And she started crying, and I started crying, and she was telling me how much she loved him, and I could see it, and she was all crying on that painting. And I said, Jody, told my wife, I said, you're going to have to drop these off now. Charles said, I was riding down the road, I had to pull over. I was like, if you nail that portrait right, most people start crying. Now I'm about to start crying thinking about that later, but that's what happened. I'm getting better at nailing it from the start. As I've learned, at times I did have to make adjustments. You'd get halfway through one, and I don't know if you noticed, sometimes you take a photo in this place and it's kind of yellow. And I've gotten photos of people and their families and they're smiling and their teeth are kind of yellow. And when I first painted them, I was painting exactly what it looked like. My wife comes in and goes, you cannot paint their teeth yellow. Nobody wants to buy a painting with their kids' teeth yellow. And I said, you are right. So I had to go back and fix stuff like that. And learn them kind of things on the way. But yeah, most of my starts depends on, like Ethan, I took that picture. So if I get a picture with some dramatic lighting, it turns out a better painting. So you can tell like the light's coming from that side. Hers is, you see the little shadows on her face, and even him. If it's lit straight ahead like a ring light, those paintings not as cool of a painting. I mean, it makes a good portrait photo, but not a painting. The paintings look better to me with more shadows and stuff like that to actually use, in my opinion. I try to imply detail more than actually paint it. So like, instead of drawing the threads in this shirt, I'll have the colors that are sitting beside each other that imply those threads are there. Like if you look closely at his buttons, they're just a blob of paint, really. But if you get the right colors next to each other, you can apply some of those details. Now, a lot of details around the eyes, I'll get a little tighter, but my goal is to paint a little bit loose on the stuff besides the actual facial features, and I still like to paint them a little looser because if you wanted a photograph, you could already have a photograph. You want it to look like a painting, and I want it to look like it's a classic, not some modern something or even a photo or anything. I want it to look like this painting was done 100 years ago, and by somebody. That's why a lot of 100-year-old paintings are dark. Have you ever been to the Capitol building in Montgomery? And all those old governor paintings, they're all pretty dark. And they got shadows on them. That's what I like to do, to try to capture that essence. Well, I was lucky enough to have a lot of friends and my wife and stuff to help me along the way, and not money, just to help me to see what I can. My buddy David McDaniel, he tries to coach me up as far as like how to be a businessman. When I'm digging into a painting, I'm not thinking about should this cost this, or I need to figure out how much I got in this, or how much time I got in this. I don't think about that thing. So he coached me on that kind of thing. So when I first started, my biggest fear was, not getting enough business. And my second biggest fear was not being able to handle it correctly, but it has gone pretty well. I'm a little more careful on what I spend because, when you have a real job, you're gonna get a paycheck this week, and you're gonna get one next week, and you're gonna get one next week. And when you do what I do, freelance, I never get paid unless I actually do it. So if I don't do anything this week, I don't make any money. So I'm a little more frugal in my spending. Not to say that I'm not making enough, but I won't, I don't know. You never know the future right now. And you really don't ever know it, but when you don't have that check coming this week, you really start thinking about it. That's the only real difference I feel, really. I do a lot of pencil drawings and a lot of charcoal drawings because there's no drying time. So like if you have a child you need and it's 2 weeks before Christmas, I can still do that. Unless I got 20 to do right then. But it don't have to be dry like a painting. It's gonna take 4 weeks. I might could squeeze 1 in 3, but it's going to take 4. So if you don't plan far enough ahead, we're not going to be able to do it by Christmas. And I have a few. I could probably do 2 or 3 more before Christmas if somebody wants one now, but that's probably all I could do painting wise. But I could probably do 30 drawings or more. It's probably no telling because there's no drying time. I can do it, move, set it over here, start the next one, just that they can go on out. So I do a lot of drawings and stuff at Christmas time. Plus it's not as expensive as a painting. Well, I've got a website, charlesforbes.com, and I got several Facebook pages, my main friend's Facebook page, but I also got a Charles Forbes Original Art Facebook and a Charles Forbes Art and Design. I try to keep separate. It's more digital and stuff like that, and the original art is more this kind of thing. So that way, if you don't care nothing about the other things, you can just go to the original art and you see this. But charlesforbes.com is probably the easiest way to find me. It's easier to remember.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, Sign Source has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. Sign Source.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Welcome back, everyone, to This Week in Central Alabama, here talking some business. If you look over in Birmingham, 2 Birmingham startups win at the Alabama Launchpad, Randy.
Well, and I've always just been interested, and you and I've had conversations in the past as 2 entrepreneurs of entering something like this and just seeing how it works and what you have to do. But congratulations to these 2. It's not just $1,000 bonus here, or a couple of $1,000 there. No, it's $50,000 to one and $100,000 to another. Lucid Living Solutions won the $50,000 concept stage competition, and Conserve, a concept stage winner in cycle 3, took the $100,000 seed stage competition. That's not piddling little money, Brett. That's a good seed open up for a business, and both Lucid Living Solutions and Conserve are timely innovations that elevate the response to the unique challenges of our world in 2020, said Greg Barker, president of the Economic Development Partnership of Alabama, which runs the competition. We are excited to watch both companies grow thanks to the funding from the Launchpad program. Here's a little bit more on the Alabama Launchpad. It's in its 14th year. It has awarded $5.4 million to the winning companies. Those winning companies today have an estimated valuation of $400 million and employ more than 700 people, according to the Launchpad. That is, and that's something that you can get buy-in from many others out there when you have that type of success, Brett.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And some little bit more somber news, the hospitalizations in this state have gone up over the last couple of weeks and hitting an all-time high this past Monday. It's one of those things that we knew months ago that we were going to be faced with during the winter months, and December has not been one that's been a surprise to me, because we talked about it even back in September and maybe even in August, that with flu and all the different things that come to play or come into play with sicknesses and what hospitals already have to endure during this time of year, that this was going to spike, and it has.
Well, here's a statement and a couple of numbers out there. This is from Donald Williamson, who is the president of the Alabama Hospital Association. He said he is very worried. We're in a much darker place than I thought we would be last week. That's a couple of weeks ago. The Alabama Department of Public Health reported the state's hospitals were treating 1,717 coronavirus patients on Monday, with 104 hospitals reporting. That's a record for virus inpatients in Alabama, far surpassing the previous record of 1,613 set on August the 6th. Brett, you and I, we don't have family members that are involved, but we got a lot of close friends that are involved by this virus. It's the real deal. It's scary. If it ends up in the wrong person, it's crazy how it can affect you. Hopefully we'll come out on the other side of this in the coming month or so, or next couple of months, with some type of vaccine that can help all of us.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a while before it can be mass distributed, and the frontline workers obviously deserve that first, and the elderly deserve to have a shot at that first, but it's going to be months before you can get this thing out to the masses and people can feel confident again. I think it's probably going to take you all the way through mid-year next year before people can really start having an opportunity. So we've still got a long road ahead of us, unfortunately, with this virus. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up with some politics and some sports.
On-Site Handyman serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SNS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
I'm Caleb Brooks with Central Alabama Voice, and I'm joined by Dr. Lindsay Harris, who has just been named the first ever African American president of the Alabama State Nurses Association. And first of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
On being able to get this honor. And you know, second of all, just kind of tell me really what this means to you, and kind of describe to me really the road that you've having to take and just to be able to get to this point.
Caleb, this actually means a lot to me. The Alabama State Nurses Association is the nursing association that's over all 100,000 plus nurses here in the state of Alabama. And our mission and goals are to promote excellence in nursing and then just to represent all nurses and be the voice of nursing. So for me, it is, I'm very honored. I'm very honored to do that. Your next question was, how did I get here? It's a long journey, but I can just say perseverance and really just being involved. Mm-hmm. So as a nursing student at Stanford University, I started I was invited to one of the Birmingham Black Nurses Association meetings. And once I joined that organization, I began to just become active in many of the things within the organization. So just volunteering, becoming the secretary, becoming the student representative, and eventually becoming the president. And after that, it just led to one thing after the other. I became an officer in the Nurse Practitioner Alliance Association, or the Nurse Practitioner Alliance organization, and then started working with AHSAA. So, I mean, it's been a long journey, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know, and for you, you kind of mentioned being at Stanford and everything. You were a college athlete on top of all this, and I think that's what's unique to me, because you don't find many people that become, there's some, but it's a very hard thing to do, to be a college athlete and then work their way up to becoming a doctor like you have, and then now leading an association the way that you are. And when you look back, how much has your experience as an athlete kind of now paid off for you in the work field and accomplishing what you've accomplished?
I am definitely a proponent of student athletes. It's not a easy task. There are many things that you have to endure as a student athlete, between your studies and working, as well as practice day in and day out, and then even traveling for games. So being a student athlete, I feel is something special. Having to juggle between practice and keeping up your GPA, as well as traveling to games. As far as how it has helped me through my journey, it has truly helped me to learn how to balance my life, my work-life balance, and as well as doing this additional duties, which are totally volunteer. So being a student athlete has really helped me and matured me into becoming who I am today.
You know, and you kind of talked about having to juggle everything and all that. How hard was it when you were in school playing a sport and still having to worry about, you know, trying to become a doctor and everything, and all the work that really comes with that while you're in college?
So, you know, I really probably would say that it was definitely a challenge for me, but I have been a student athlete pretty much all my life. Mm-hmm. So in high school, in middle school, high school, even elementary. So I've always learned to juggle. I played AAU basketball, travel ball, which, you know, allowed me to, you know, my parents were very disciplined and, you know, made sure that I did my homework and did the things that I needed to do. So for me, that transition from high school to college, it wasn't a very big transition for me, only because I had that opportunity to do that while in high school.
Yeah. You know, when you think back on your life, I mean, really at what point did you kind of say, you know, hey, getting into nursing and like helping other people and taking care of other people is something that I'm kind of passionate about and what I would like to do the rest of my life?
I can tell you from as long as I can remember, when I was younger, I've always had a passion for giving. I've always had a passion for helping others. And nursing just seems like that natural profession. You know, over the past 18 years, according to the Gallup poll, nursing has been deemed as the most trusted profession. And for me, just being a part of a profession such as that just makes me feel so good. And we give of ourselves in every aspect, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So, you know,
time-wise.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, it just seemed like a fit. It really spoke to my passion for giving, and I love it, and I do it every day, and it does not feel like a job. It's so fulfilling for me.
You know, now that you've kind of gotten yourself to this point that, you know, you're here as the first ever African-American president of the Alabama State Nurses Association, talk about that in itself, you know, especially in a year like this where we've had so much stuff that's gone on and, you know, everything that's kind of, you know, come into this point. How much does it mean to you now to be named the first ever African-American president of this?
Caleb, I'd like to say first that I really would love for this to become the norm. You know, but it means so much to me. I can't tell you how many calls I've gotten or emails I've gotten, especially from younger kids, children of color, just to say, you know, how much they look up to me. So that really makes me feel good to know that black and brown people or just people of color can see that, hey, you too can do this. That it is attainable. And so that really makes me feel good.
You know, and with that now, I mean, what are some of the things that you kind of have planned, you know, with this, and what are some of the things that you feel like you can do to make a difference now with being the president of this association?
I feel like there's so much I want to do. I can say, but I only have 2 years. So I can say that, you know, initially I believe that one of the things that's really near and dear to me is mentorship, because that's how I came or became who I am. It's through mentors. As I told you, I started in the Birmingham Black Nurses Association and had several mentors to just push me and encourage me to do the things that I'm doing now. So to develop a mentorship program for the state organization in order to help guide nursing today, and then also increase membership. So there's power in numbers. We have over 100,000 nurses in the state of Alabama, and I want to have 100,000 members within the state nurses association. So, you know, increase membership. So just be visible, doing things like this, speaking with you and telling people that we are here, and that if you want to have a voice, then you should be in nursing, then you should be a part of the nursing organization.
You know, you brought up the other organizations that you've been a part of, and how much did that, now when you look back, prepare you for what you're taking on now, and you know, how much is that experience really, you know, going to be key in what you're trying to do?
It actually is truly prepared me for who I am and what I've been doing now. So the first job was, or the first position was as the president of the Birmingham Black Nurses Association. We have about 100 plus members. We're a part of a larger chapter, a national chapter, but within our 100 plus members now, it truly helped me just to manage and just learn the ins and outs of being a president, as to, you know, how to dress, as to how to speak and things of that nature. And also being a part of the state of the Nurse Practitioner Alliance of Alabama, nurse practitioner organization, that has also helped me as the secretary, just to just learn responsibilities and even networking and things of that nature.
You know, and now that you kind of are in this position and everything, I mean, what do you think that, you know, yourself can, you know, you talked about, you know, I want this to become the norm and everything. I mean, in what ways do you feel like you've kind of have to represent yourself in order to, you know, make other people want to become, you know, where you're at and get in your position and everything, and you know, maybe can use you as an example of how to handle it one day?
I think to continue to, in my opinion, just to be visible. To be visible, continue to maintain my professionalism, as well as just to go and talk. So I definitely have a passion for children and just mentoring, and so just to talk to people, and I never turn down a mentee. So, and if I can't satisfy what they need, I definitely can find them someone. So just to be, I feel as though I should just continue to be visible. Continue to promote the nursing organization, and continue to allow God to lead me. And I think once I allow God to lead me, I think that nothing is impossible.
Before you get into all of this now, I mean, when you look at it ahead of time, how do you think that this experience is going to change your life? And how do you think that, you know, after these 2 years that your life is going to change, and that maybe your outlook on things may be a little different?
That's a good question. One of the things that I'm really interested in is policy. So another thing that I would love to do is to have a louder voice here in the state in regards to nursing and healthcare. And we do that with numbers. So I encourage anyone that's watching this that are nurses, or that if you know a nurse, to encourage them to join the Alabama State Nurses Association. But just with policy and possibly working more in the policy sector, the healthcare policy.
You know, and when you look now at, you know, everything that you can do with this and all the different things that, you know, you're allowed to do as the president and everything, is there one thing that has maybe been done in the past that you see and say, you know, hey, we've got to change this and we need to do this different in order to make this a little bit better?
I would say just be more visible. I think that with any organization that I'm in, this goes for any organization, that if people or nurses, if they don't know about you, then they'll never know to join. Mm-hmm. So one thing is to be more visible. Another is to have things that are, I should say, that are appealing to nurses and that would want nurses to actually join, or would encourage nursing to join. So, you know, visibility and speaking more to nurses, and then just showing them that, you know, AHSAA is the voice of nursing, and that we can make true changes here in the state of Alabama.
Well, Dr. Harris, congratulations.
Thank
you know, this
you
is such
very
an
much.
awesome thing, and I've enjoyed, you know, getting to meet you and kind of get to know you over the last little bit, and this is such an awesome thing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of difference that you really do make in the Alabama State Nurse Association, and I wish you nothing but luck.
Thank you.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SNS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit S&S Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
Welcome back, everyone, to This Week in Central Alabama, talking some politics now. And this is serious. 9,800 plus students have gone missing from the public schools here in the state of Alabama, and a lot of them are on the elementary side of things, kindergartners, to be more specific. And with COVID-19 and this pandemic and everything going to virtual and online, it's been tough. And the state leaders are concerned with this gap and how important it is to get back into the classroom. And I know you gotta do due diligence and you gotta be safe, but this is concerning to have this big a gap and this many kids missing from the school.
Well, I just think it's going to take a lot of time, Brett, to try to get the kids back up to a standard that we expect at certain times and certain time frames. And I'm no elementary educator, but if you miss that kindergarten, first and second grade, I've got a kindergartner at home and I'm watching him learn how to add, subtract, and read right now. And if you miss those, and yes, maybe I could do a lot better myself at home in teaching those core deal, but I'm not as good an educator as the teachers that are there to do that. And I can tell how much more he's learning when he's at school with his teacher right now. He got a very good teacher, and she's doing a great job with him. But, Brett, that's something that I think a lot of people here in this state and around the country have to be concerned with as we move forward, is how do we get these kids caught back up with as much as they've lost? Yeah,
that's right. And I think that's the puzzle. Trying to figure that out and trying to come up with the best plan to make sure these kids have what they need and they make up that gap. So that's something that will continue to be an issue, I think, for the remainder of the school year as we head into Christmas break, and then on the flip side of this thing going into the second semester. Executive Director of Alabama STEM Council named, Randy. That's a big deal.
Yeah, Lee Meadows, PhD, has been named interim Executive Director of the newly established Alabama STEM Council as the state moves to advance STEM education and continue the work of Alabama's roadmap to STEM success. In this new role, Meadows will work with the distinguished leadership of the Alabama STEM Council to help identify and solve barriers to STEM education and discover creative solutions to meet the future demand of STEM-related occupations in Alabama. Brett, this is only going to grow and expand as technology continues to expand. We can no longer sit around and any of our kids or any kids of those of you that are watching out there and expect that the good old grunt labor positions that so many of our families, including mine, enjoyed growing up and working in and manufacturing and textile mills. Yes, those jobs may still be there, but they're going to look much different than they have. And you working at a junior college and you working in the tech field the way that you do have already seen a lot of change, and a lot of that goes around the STEM education.
Yeah, STEM education is very crucial for the future of our state and our country. And again, it's been the focus of the community college system here in the state of Alabama, and I think you're going to see from the state legislature and everything involved that this will be a main focus for a long time to come. To close out here on This Week in Central Alabama, obviously we just got finished with an unbelievable 3 days of football in Tuscaloosa and Bryant-Denny Stadium with the Super 7. And we can go down the scores, but really the headliner came on night one on Wednesday night, and it was Thompson coming back to complete an undefeated season and to win in the most unbelievable way that you could imagine winning. And we've seen a lot of different ways that teams can win football games, but don't know that we'll ever see the way this one went down again. And it was Auburn losing in heartbreaking fashion. There's no other way. I don't even know if that's a strong enough term to give to it. But losing 29-28, where they were up 9 points basically with 40 seconds to go in the football game, and they watched it totally unravel. And Thompson had basically conceded. Thompson's fans had pretty much, few were sticking around, but most were starting to head to the exits. I've never seen a flurry and a block punt, an onside kick, 2 interference calls, and then a field goal to win it. It happened so fast.
It did, and you and I have had the good fortune of broadcasting a lot of football games and sporting events over the year, and you and I were on the call for the AHSAA radio network for that game as well, and we'd kind of moved on too. We were talking about some different things, and next thing you know, you have a block punt, it's returned for a touchdown, and you've got to kind of get you have to
re-energize yourself.
Yeah, you got to energize yourself to say, hold up, this thing may change, and you got to change the script and make a decision on how you're going to present that to everyone. But it was amazing. It was one of, if you go back and you look at it as an Auburn, if I were an Auburn fan or Auburn coach, you're going to second guess that one for a long time to come, because
no doubt.
Just one decision different than you made probably wins a state championship. But tip your hat to those young men that played on that field for Auburn. They had a top 5 team in the country, not just in the state of Alabama, and one of the top teams in the state of Alabama's history on the ropes. And so I hate it for them, but congratulations to Mark Freeman and Thompson and those kids for all that they did, because they had to pull off all 5 of those key things that they needed to win the game, and they pulled all of them off. So that's not just a miracle. You may think it's a miracle, but you plan for those miracles, and a lot of time was put into making sure that the onside kick was executed the exact way, and running a field goal unit out there quickly without a timeout on the clock to make sure you get that kick off and knocking it through the way that they did. You couldn't have scripted it any better.
No, not you couldn't. On Thursday, Fife over Montgomery Catholic for the 3A title, 21-16. In 1A, it was Linden over Pickens County, 32-8. And in 5A, St. Paul's knocked off Pleasant Grove, 29-21. And then on Friday, it was the 4A championship with Hanley beating Gordo, 35-20. In Class 2A, Morris Hill Bible beat Abbeville 56-14 in the culmination of the Super 7 on Friday night. Pinson Valley knocked off Spanish Fort 23-13. That was Pinson Valley's 3rd championship in 4 years. So a lot of crazy games, a lot of good football, and now we shift gears into the winter sports for high school, and then on into spring, and that's where we will go with it. But that's going to wrap it up for this week in Central Alabama. For Randy Lee, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next week.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit S&S Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit S&S Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
The Economic Development Association of Alabama is a trade association. We represent economic development professionals around the state. We're a statewide organization. And one of the things that our primary mission is to increase the professionalism and provide professional development opportunities for economic developers. We have about 500 members. 60 to 70% of those members are what we call regular members, practitioners, people who actually go out and work in the communities to recruit or expand existing industry. And then the other 30 to 40% are what we call associate members. Those members are ones that are related or have a specific interest in economic development. For example, engineering firms, law firms, accounting firms, business development, representatives for construction companies, those types of professions, those types of individuals that benefit or have a vested interest in seeing economic development take place in the state. Economic development has probably changed more in the last 10 years. I've been in economic development as a practitioner for about a little over 30 years, and then have been with the association for, as I said, a little over 7. But I've seen more change in economic development probably in the last 10 years. Primarily technology is impacting it, as it is everything. There were, an original, or I guess with the way we did economic development back in the day, it was an awful lot of exchanging of printed proposals when you got a request for information from a company that said, okay, we're looking for a 100,000 square foot building or a 50-acre site. You would pull together physically information on buildings and sites, and you'd put that in a format and then in a notebook, and then mail that to your to the prospective company or the consultant. And now everything's done electronically. Additionally, there's so much information online that's available about communities, from very granular information about sites and buildings, things like that, education and attainment levels, labor information, workforce information, that a lot of what you're doing as a economic developer is you're providing verification for the information that a company or a consultant's already got. Everybody runs on economic development, whether you're the president or the congressman or a senator, down to mayors and county commissioners and city council people. And it's very simple. The way I look at economic development, and that is just creating wealth in a community, creating opportunities. And a lot of, I guess, political figures, or public figures rather, what they do is they create an opportunity. They create an environment in which that kind of the economic development process can take place. A lot of times you've got to invest in infrastructure. You've got to spend money up front in order to be ready to seriously recruit industry. And then I think a lot of communities and I think a lot of public officials sometimes don't understand the importance of taking care of your existing industry, because it's the old saying that it's a lot easier to maintain or to retain 100 jobs than it is to go out and find 100 jobs or go out and recruit 100 jobs in. So I would say that's where I think political leadership can play a significant role in economic development, is making sure you're ready, investing those wisely, practicing wise stewardship, investing in infrastructure and being ready for those opportunities when they present themselves. You've got the automotive industry, which is a huge driver, and it is a relatively young industry in the state. Mercedes, which is the project that started it all, is about 26, 27 years old. And because of not just the original equipment manufacturers, but it's all the suppliers that came in around it. Hyundai is a huge economic driver for Central Alabama, and I think will continue to be, as well as the suppliers. The good thing about these automotive industries is you have they're a significant benefit to the community they're located in. But where I think the real benefit is all the supplier network that develops around them to manufacture parts that are going to be assembled at the plant. And then I guess in the Central Alabama area, you've got a strong agricultural presence. That's going to continue. I mean, that's basically what Alabama has always been, an agrarian state. And while we do have an awful lot of manufacturing, I think that the agribusiness or agriculture is going to be really, really large. What we want to see, and I think what's good for the state, is when we can get further processing, or we can get, not only do you have the raw material, but you also take that raw material, do further processing. That creates good quality jobs, higher paying jobs, and then finally advanced manufacturing. Besides the automotive, we continue to be strong with that throughout the region. From Auburn to Selma, we're seeing an awful lot of good activity, and then finally logistics, supply chain. That's been an awful lot in the news, an awful lot here as of late because of the pandemic. But I think Central Alabama and Alabama itself is really, really well positioned with an interstate system and railroads and a navigable waterway. It makes a big, big difference for, I think, and we're poised for economic success around the state, but specifically in Central Alabama.
On-Site Handymen serves the Lake Martin and Auburn region for all of your home projects, flooring, fencing, and lawn care needs. Contact Josh Brewer at 256-749-1928 to get started today.
At Tire Pros, we have a hassle-free pledge. It's our promise to make your auto service and tire buying experience simple, straightforward, and hassle-free. For service you can trust without the hassle, visit SMS Discount Tire Pros, 2 convenient locations.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Hopper. I listed my homes with Rhonda Gaskin at Century 21 Lake Area Realty. It was quick, easy, and stress-free.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker, Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Remember, buy or sell your home with me, get to use my truck for free.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.